welcome back to the podcast. This is gonna be a little different than usual. If you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already noticed something's different. Uh, and if you're listening on Stitcher or Apple Podcasts or anything, you're probably like, what are you talking about? This episode, I'm having my second guest on. It's actually my best friend in the whole world, Emery. Say hi, Emery.
Hi, my name's Emery, and I use they, them pronouns. It's lovely to be here with you. I miss you.
I miss you too. We haven't seen each other in almost 2 years.
Well, like in person, yeah.
In person, yeah, we video chat like all the time. So we see each other. We just haven't been together in 2 years.
Yeah. I live in San Francisco, for those of you who don't know. Trevor is very proud of the fact that I live here because, he really wants to come live here too.
I really hope to live there someday.
You're taking too long.
I am taking too long. It's too expensive. It's the most expensive city I've ever considered living in.
It is very overpriced. I will admit that.
I talk about moving there so much that in 2013, when I lived in Texas, when I talked about moving, everyone automatically assumed it was San Francisco. And when I said Ohio, everyone went, Ohio? Why would you want to move there? That's the opposite direction.
I still don't know why you decided Ohio. Like, honestly, there's
I
nothing there.
had a friend that lived here, and she offered me a room because she knew how much I hated Texas, and I'm so
It was
glad
much better.
it was much better. I actually now I know more people in Ohio than I knew in Texas,
Fair enough.
and Ohio feels more like home than Texas ever did. But neither feels as much, I guess, home as San Francisco does. Every time I go there, I'm like, this is right. I don't want to leave.
Yeah. It's really fun when you come.
I know.
And yeah, because the last time you were here, I didn't have a Sebi yet. This is a Sebi for those who are watching on the video. She is my German Shepherd puppy, 10 months old right now. And so you'll probably hear noises from it throughout the recording. But she's calm right now, so we're good.
Yeah, she's a puppy. Yeah, she's half goat, half horse.
She is. Oh my gosh. Okay. There is so many times we have come to like check on her to find she has destroyed, like, she destroyed half the couch at one point. It is still destroyed. We have not replaced it yet because we can't afford to, and even if we did, she'd probably destroy the new one. So we're just gonna wait for that. We've got her toys that are meant to be destroyed, and some of them she destroyed completely, which is good because that was the point of it. There's like 2 that she hasn't destroyed that she's really gentle with, and I'm like, really? You can be gentle with that, but you just what? Yeah. She's always like climbing on things and getting all over the place. So
Where's Ayame?
Of course, Ayame is currently downstairs right now. Because if the 2 are in the same room, Asebi tries to get Ayame and like play with her and say that, and Ayame is like running all the way around me trying to get away, and it's this whole chaotic mess, and so no one is calm. So I just have to like the only time they're calm is at night when she's in her kennel and Ayame is underneath the blankets with me.
Mm-hmm. And Ayame is like the most chill dog ever. She's a little chihuahua, and every time, like when we were together in San Francisco 2 years ago, I kept forgetting she was even there. Like, we went out, like we would go out to eat several times, and one time I was eating a pizza, and Ayame was literally a foot away and didn't even acknowledge the food. That's unheard of for a dog.
She is a service dog, so it is not unheard of for that.
Well, I know, but still.
Yeah, there were quite a few times you were eating with her right there, and you didn't even like you just didn't even think about it because like
Yeah,
she
I
doesn't go
did.
for it. She knows better.
And
This
she's
one
well.
needs to learn.
There's there was that one time we were in that animal food place, and you put a little kernel or something on her nose, and you're like, wait,
Mhm.
wait, for like 30 seconds, and you went, okay, go to it.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, she has a lot of self control. She's really good. We're
That
working on this one now. You're gonna
yeah.
be service dog one day too, huh? She's like sleeping.
Usually she's not this calm. In fact, we would have started recording like an hour ago, but it took that long to get her to calm down. At one point, at
Yeah,
one
she can be calm sometimes. Sorry.
no, there's a lag because of the video.
Yeah.
There was at one point your side of the camera looked like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, because when we come up here, it takes her a moment to calm down because she doesn't come up here very often except for at night. So for her, it was just an exciting, like, oh my gosh, I get to do something different. So that's why she was like hyped up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, recently she hasn't been too hyper overall. Most of her energy is in the morning, which sucks for me because I'm not a morning person by any means, as you know that.
I do very much know that.
Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit. Goodness. But yeah, no. Um, I was just thinking recently too how we never got to go to karaoke together, except for like the first time you were here in like what 2011.
Yeah, we went there with all your friends, and
Yeah, it was for my birthday.
yeah, and then I sang Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da.
Yep. I don't remember that, but yep, sounds right.
Yeah, I was scrolling through, and I'm like, I'm going to sing the first song I know, and the first song I knew was Blue.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't talk to like any of them anymore except for one,
Yeah,
which is kind of sad. No,
there's
technically two.
there's that picture of all of us sitting at the table, and yeah, it kind of a depressing picture now looking back.
Yeah, I'm only in contact with two of them now. It's kind of sad, but such is life.
It was funny because you always told me that it's customary to slurp your soup, and I was always like, "Oh, okay." And then I didn't realize you meant it until we were at that moment, when that picture was taken. You had your soup, and I was just like, "You okay over there?"
It's normal.
Now I do it. I take ramen to work in a bowl, and I cook it there, and I'm sitting there slurping, and I look over at my coworker, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, am I bothering you?" And he's like, "No, I just never seen anyone eat ramen like that."
You're supposed to slurp your ramen.
Well,
Like, I
I've
know,
learned
I know,
from
you
you.
live in a white people area.
Well, I've taken a lot from you, so now I slurp my soup, my noodles. I don't even mean to. It's just you're so influential on my life. Now, like, I don't even realize, like, one of my coworkers asked me one day, "What does Aya mean?" And I was like, "Well, how do you know that?" And she was like, "You say it all the time when you hit something or you sneeze or you say something, you say Aya afterwards." And I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't even realize I got that from you."
Yeah. Well, we've known each other for now like over 10 years.
12 years.
What? No. I said over 10.
Yeah,
It
over
hasn't
10.
been 12 yet.
2009.
Yeah, but it was like December 2009. It's only February.
It was the middle of 2009.
I know it was after my birthday.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember the exact. Unfortunately, considering how
So
close we
somewhere
are.
between like July and December. So like, we'll say August.
Yeah, we should just set up a date that's like, this is the day we met, even though we don't remember. We didn't
It's bad.
realize we didn't realize we were going to get close, so it was just like, oh, you random person.
Yeah. I honestly I still remember our first conversation over the phone, and
Yeah.
like
Okay, so I used to go to the
literally you were just you messaged me that you were not feeling well and that you were like you're dehydrated and all this stuff, and then you stopped responding, and I was like, oh no.
yeah,
And
because
like
I
you
used to.
finally responded again. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I chugged water when I got home and then I passed out. And the first thing I do was I call you frustrated. And you don't chug water when you're dehydrated. And you weakly going, I know that now.
So like I used to go to the library every day, and that's how I would get online. I didn't have internet,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's like a 2 mile walk home, and it was really hot because it was Texas, middle of the summer, or no, it was the end of March, 2010, because it took that long for us to actually get to be friend. Uh, it was just people we knew. We were both like people we knew of each other on the site, but we didn't talk. We were officially introduced in 2010, March 2010, and
Why don't we just make that our official friendship thing instead?
because it's because that's 2010, and the other one is 2009, which just adds a year.
But it's not a full year. It was only a couple months.
Leave me alone. So yeah,
Yeah.
like we were messaging on I think it was Facebook. We were messaging on Facebook or texting or something,
We
and
were texting.
yeah, I don't think we had each other on Facebook yet.
We didn't have each other on Facebook yet. And
Yeah,
the amount
and
of times I deleted and blocked you from Facebook
yeah,
in
but then
anger.
like I we were texting. What is that? Uh, yeah, it was like a 2 mile walk home, and it was Texas heat. So I messaged her like I was dehydrated and chugged water and passed out. Phone rings, it's her. I pick up. She's like, "You don't chug water when you're dehydrated." And I was like, "I know that now."
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
That was
And then
the
the
first.
one time you're like, oh yeah, this is you're talking about me oh yeah, this is my best friend Emery, and so that. Oh, I can't find their Facebook, and that's because they unfriended me and blocked me again.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, they're my best friend." Like I don't see their profile. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, they blocked me."
It was pretty bad. I was terribly toxic.
Yeah, Emery used to be very toxic, but I was too. We just don't talk about that as much.
I mean, we were young. We didn't know better.
Yeah, there was the time where you washed your hands of me, and there was a time where I washed my hands of you.
Most of the time
And
it was me with you than you with me.
yeah, it was mostly you with me, and the fact that we're even friends now is a miracle, much less best friends.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird how those things work. But
Yes. I actually forgot about a lot of it, but I was looking for because I made Emery a playlist like 10 years ago, and I was trying to find the track listing, and in my search for the playlist, it was a couple of years ago. I was I was searching old messages with other people, like mutual friends and stuff, trying to find that track listing, and I came across old messages that I completely forgot about, old arguments, and I brought it up. I'm like, do you remember this? It's like I
no.
like an entire section of our history that we just kind of hid away from our minds.
I mean, to be fair, I have trauma and dissociate, so I don't remember anything.
So do I, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Good times, good
Dissociation.
times.
No.
Anxiety. Do you remember that one time you were like, I had an anxiety attack, and you were like, "Yay, anxiety!"
I meant it in a sarcastic way, and it didn't come
Yeah.
across that way. It was really bad.
We have a dark.
Oi, breathe.
I forgot how. Wait. Oh my hand fell. Oh. I dropped the water, dropped my hat, dropped another cup. But all of that to say that I forgot how to breathe to the point where my doctor gave me an inhaler.
That's like that one post that's like my only talent is breathing. And then the mom going, "You have asthma, moron." I was like, yeah, it me when I was younger.
Hit me now.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that issue as much anymore. I haven't needed to use my inhaler in quite a while.
Yeah, this is the first one. How many did it start out with? 2 pumps? 200 pumps?
Like 200, yeah.
I'm at 96.
That's not bad.
I needed it really bad that summer. I think it was summer 2019 when I got it. And I
Yeah.
needed, like, you actually, like, you literally over a video call, like, instructed. They didn't even tell me how to use it. They're just like, here. And you instructed me how to use it. You little lifesaver, you.
Or the time when you were like, oh yeah, look at these spider bites and all this stuff, and you're like, I think you have shingles. You're like, I don't have shingles, and you're just laughing about it.
Like,
and then
I
the
think
doctor
I know
goes,
if
yeah, you have shingles.
I think I would know if I had shingles. And yeah, I went to the hospital and they're like, you have shingles.
Yep.
I've learned to listen to you.
I'm right, except for when I'm not.
One time I was like, I'm never wrong. One time I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken.
She's being so good.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Oh, that one time you told me that you started taking her to church, and I was like, oh no. And you sent me a picture of her laying down, like while the music's playing, and I'm like, that's the same as Sebi, right?
Literally, that was like less than 3 weeks ago.
It was, wow, it felt like it was longer ago.
Because it was like this last Sunday, like tomorrow is Sunday again, so that would be like 1 week, was her second time. And the week before that was the first time.
Oh,
I've
wow.
only taken her twice, and both times she was really good. The first time she got a little fussy towards the middle-ish of service, so I left. But the second time she was fine through the whole thing.
And
that was also like the first time I had taken her on the bus for the most part. Or like, yeah, I haven't taken her very often on the bus, but the few times I have, she did really well.
this is Derek that knocked. He's probably going to knock again. He's one of the good neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what should we do if that's the case?
Oh. Okay. I'm actually. It's not just a regular video call. We're actually recording for the podcast.
Hi.
So,
I didn't really know that you had somebody on there. I was just gonna mess around.
No, you're in my podcast now. This is we're recording. He brought home food for me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That would mean like I'm your.
Yeah, he's the one that brings me food.
I am the provider.
Thank you for helping take care of him.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Are you the one they moved to San Francisco with?
What?
Are you guys moving, or are you living in San Francisco?
I live in San Francisco currently, yes.
Okay, cool. Because he said something about moving there.
Yeah, they're the one I'm always talking about.
Keep him.
I had no idea what he said.
Thanks for the food.
Hey, I got some boneless chicken too in there. You can get a treat tonight.
Hey.
Usually they never have those extra.
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
Let me close the door. Got boneless chicken wings. Yeah. Fish. Chicken patty. And then this one is fries.
Oh, he's so sweet. Oh my god.
I know he like
Sweetheart.
yeah. Food. Like I'm helping him, he helps me. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the good neighbors. Like I put the sign up there, don't bother me. He's like the only one here I don't mind. He knocks in. Like we talk for like an hour and I don't care.
You notice she's
Aw, Savvy.
yeah. She's gonna be a good service dog, I can tell.
Yeah, she's made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Really proud of her. Like seeing like the first week you brought her home and it was like she was like all over the place.
Well, she was literally like 9 weeks old.
Yeah, it was like every time you called, like I kind of dreaded your calls for a little bit because it literally the entire call was you go no no Sebi. I'm like just hang up with me, please. But yeah, she's gotten really good.
Yeah. Our other friend Chelsea, who's like my best friend also, had said that Ayame was a gremlin and this one here, Asebi, is a demon. She's removed that title now, but she hasn't figured out what the new one's going to be yet.
I love the Yame. There's I'm probably
She looks
gonna
like a gremlin. I can kind of see it.
yeah, me too. I'm probably gonna insert some photos from my last trip of like us and stuff. You know how I do the titles? I put like a photo behind the text. I'm probably gonna put our three pictures together behind all of the text. But the picture with the set with Ayame and I, it's funny is there was my sister Reina was looking at the picture of you and I on the like we were sitting on the edge of the bed, and it was our first time seeing each other in years, and she was like, "I've never seen you so happy." And she swiped over to the next picture. I'm holding Ayame, and she goes, "You look even happier with the dog."
That happens.
Yeah, it's like yeah, best friend in the entire world, puppy. All dogs are puppies to me. I think isn't Ayame like 6 or 7?
She's about to be 9.
I lost track of time.
Yeah, they're because Ayame's birthday quote is like April 26th.
Oh, it's coming out.
Yeah. Asebi is April 10th.
Wow, they're not far apart.
Mm-mm. They're like, yeah, their birthdays are very close. Ayame's just 8 years older.
Are they twins? Well, they're different species. They're different, not species, different kinds of dogs, different breeds of dogs, and they're 8 years apart.
They're different species.
Like, wait, no, that's not right. And
Different breeds, yes. Different species.
you know what I meant.
I mean, then again, we could probably argue that you and I are different species.
Because
I
you're
don't know
Asian.
how well the argument would go, but we could.
You didn't hear what I said.
No, I didn't.
I said because you're Asian.
What am I gonna do with you?
12 years and you still haven't figured that out.
I mean, to be fair, no one's figured it out for you or for me. So. Yeah. So when you eventually come and move here, what's like the first thing you want to do? Besides, like, okay, what's the first thing you want to try to eat?
I want to go back to that first place we went last time. In China.
The dim sum?
Huh?
The Chinese one? The dim sum?
Forget where we had breakfast. It was like fully authentic and like the way they presented it and everything.
Yeah, it was dim sum.
Oh, I don't remember the name, but
So
yeah,
like it was it was like we got one of them was the eggplant, the stuffed eggplant. Then there was the shrimp balls, right? And
Probably I'll
masala.
put a picture of it. I'll put a picture right here.
Yeah, because you took pictures of like all the food.
Yeah, I'm gonna just spam this video with like pictures from the trip.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like those kind of places, but I don't know how it would work right now because with the COVID right now and everything shut down. Like some things are open now, but they're not as open as like where you are.
Yeah, like there's like not even a quarantine here. Even during quarantine, like there was barely a quarantine.
Yeah, that
We actually got here during lockdown.
yeah. I actually saw this poster while I was walking like the other day, and then I took a picture of it. Did I send it to you or not? I don't remember. It was the one that was like about the masks. I don't think I sent it to you. So it says, "You look great in your mask. Keep it up, San Francisco." And it's a picture of like this person wearing a mask. It's really cute. Let's see.
That's my mask.
I'm actually going to do this right now. Like send it to you.
I might not be able to look at it on this.
No, you won't be able to look at it, but then you can post it.
Oh, right, yeah. This is what they were talking about.
Yep. Da-da, da-da. And oh wait, where'd it go? I lost it.
So you know how I have a gallon jug of water by my bed?
Yeah.
I have a backup tube of core.
Okay. There we go. I have sent it.
I got the notification. I might be able to.
No, if you go to it, then it'll clear out your video.
Oh, right. Okay. So probably shouldn't.
No, not right now.
I'm gonna swipe away your chat head.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm looking forward to also is just like potentially being roommates.
That would be awesome.
But there's a huge concern because she's not a service dog yet. So if I register her as an ESA, then Ayame cannot come.
And I want Ayame to come.
I'm almost wondering if I should like transfer like my ownership to Chelsea of Ayame because we'd be in the same household. Legally, she'd be Chelsea's and Chelsea's ESA, so we could have both in the house or apartment. Because legally, they can't do anything if we both have an ESA.
Or we find an apartment that allows pets.
But a lot of apartments that even if they allow pets, they still have an extra deposit.
That's
It's an extra cost.
I never really worry about that because I never have pets. I can't even afford to keep myself alive, so I'm not gonna make a cat suffer. If I got a pet, I'd get a cat. And here I am, willingly moving in with 2 dogs.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair though, like they're training to like this one's training to be a service animal, and Ayame is a service animal, which is like
Yeah. And I already love Ayame, so I mean,
yeah.
whoever on her.
And
I
the
haven't
part
met
of that
them
too to remember is like with service animals, like they're technically what you would consider the equivalent of a medical equipment.
like my cane, basically.
Yeah.
A living, breathing cane.
Yeah. And people just kind of ignore that and they like take advantage of it and they're like, oh, my dog's a service animal just so they can bring it in. And it's like, your dog is barking and biting at everyone. That is not a service animal.
Yeah, those are the only kind of pets we allow in the store, is the service animals.
But people like use that, and because like legally you cannot ask for proof. You can only ask if it is a service animal and what services does the animal perform. Those are the two questions that you're legally allowed to ask.
But usually they have like a special like harness or something like Ayame has. That
Yeah, but you can get those online really easily.
oh, that's stupid. That should be like a really hard thing to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because it's super irregulated. Like it's very different from county to county. What requirements are for an ESA or a service animal. Um, and they're two completely different things to begin with. ESA is the emotional support animal, and service animal, like performs a specific task. So when you keep that in mind, it's like it's super irregulated and it makes it difficult to like make an even playing ground because if they made it easily accessible for everyone, the way it is, kind of like, or like it's more easier to access right now, then the people who need it can get it easier. But if they made it more regulated to where the people who actually need it wouldn't be able to get it, and people who don't really need it as much would still probably be able to get it. You know? Because training a service animal is extremely expensive.
And stressful. I've seen you go through it.
Yeah. Not only that, like, even if I wasn't the one training her for this, and say that, like, if I had gotten her already trained, it would be $20,000 straight up out of the pocket. Easily. Like, that's a minimum. Usually around $20,000 for a service animal. Because of all the training that goes into it and everything. And they're very specific about, like, when you get a trained service dog, they're very specific about what they do and their temperament and all this stuff. And if they fail to like pass a specific like task, then they can be considered like drop out of a service dog school kind of like thing. And um, it's just hard because there's so many different disabilities that service dogs can cater to, and it's so specific to people that just like having one for overall is kind of hard because some of them will not have the good match personality wise to the human. Some of them will also maybe like do tasks that are not necessary for that person or not know the tasks that are necessary for that person. You know, so it's very like almost individualized and it's kind of hard in that way.
Yeah, and most people when they think of service animals, the first thing that comes to mind is for some people the only thing that comes to mind is like seeing eye dogs for the blind.
Yeah, so that's one of the most common, and then the second most common is probably seizure alert dogs. I guess
I don't think I've heard of that. Can they detect a seizure coming?
yeah. So
Wow.
seizure alert dogs, they literally can detect and warn their human that they're about to have a seizure. So it's There's also service animals that help people like mobility service animals. So like someone in a wheelchair or things like that, like they can help with like different tasks for that person, like opening doors and like helping to like reach stuff that's on the ground that they need to pick up or things like that. So there's a lot of different service animals out there, like different tasks that they can perform. And for me, I need a psychiatric assist because I struggle with taking medications a lot of the time. And Ayana helps me with my trauma stuff because she wakes me from nightmares. Like she has prevented me from hurting myself in the past when I got overwhelmed, and she calms me down when I get like too heightened of a state. Which I think you've seen with her. And so we're going to train this one to do similar things, except additionally, she will be helping me with my medication, like bringing my medication to me probably, so I actually will take it. You know, kind of like how they train dogs to like get the newspaper in the morning, you know, little tasks like that. That would be like something for her to do.
I didn't know she could do that, or
Yeah.
will be able to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different tasks that you can train dogs to do. It's just hard because you have to find the right temperament in the first place, first of all. And we had her temperament tested, and she is a good temperament for a service animal. Even they said that when she was only like 10, 11 weeks. They said she was she had a good temperament for it. And so like things that we saw as like sort of problematic were actually not, because it shows that she's motivated and she is like very like alert, and she wants to like do those things, kind of like, you know. So yeah, she does really well too, like outside. And we need to get her more puzzle toys, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because those are really good for them. Unfortunately, the reason that she probably destroys things is because, you know, like German Shepherds, they get bored very easily because they're so intelligent. So when they get bored, that's when they get into trouble.
Mm. So they have you said puzzle toys?
Yeah,
Yep.
they like we've gotten a few of them, and she figured them out really quickly. It's basically like this toy where you put a treat inside certain parts of it, and they have to like figure out how to like move things around and like take things out, or like move it in a different direction in order to get the treat out.
That's kind of cool.
It is, but she broke 2 of them
Mm-hmm.
because
That's
she was like too excited, and she figured it out. She knew how to do it, but she got so excited that she kind of broke some of them, which is not surprising. But you know, we're looking into like getting another one for her, like a more complicated one than the ones we got. So yeah. She's just sleeping. Oh. She just
Okay,
switched
better.
out. Look at her. Oh. Yeah. My bed is a mess now because of it, because I made my bed earlier. I did. I made my bed earlier, and
Remember
I
earlier
messed up.
you were laying down and she like leaped onto the bed. That's when the Blair Witch happened.
Yeah. I can lay on top of her and she does not care.
It's different.
Yeah. The only problem is I am slightly allergic to her still.
You were allergic to it?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I am slightly allergic to her because I was actually allergic to Ayami when I first got her too.
So you can get used to that you can like overcome the allergy to specific
Yeah,
dogs.
I was able to like not be as allergic like to the dander after a while, which is kind of neat that the body can do that. It's like, I'm allergic to you, and it's like, oh, never mind. Like once it gets used to it.
Now I just need to do that to peanut butter.
I think food allergies work a little bit differently.
I would hope so. Well, actually, no, I don't hope so.
Hello. Hello. Where did the girl come? Can hear your heartbeat. You're such a good girl, huh? Oh, yes. She's just like, say hi.
Asabi.
Look at how big this paw is. Like, can you see that?
Kind of.
Like, I can't really move it, but look at, like, how big her paw is.
On your side, can you see how long you've been recording?
Yeah.
See online.
See? Look at how big this paw is.
That's bigger than your hand.
Yeah.
Does it say how long does it say?
How long does it say that it's been recording?
Yeah.
It doesn't say. It just says recording.
Oh. Yeah. Do you know when we started?
Yeah, we started and it was probably about like 50 minutes ago or so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we should have made a note when we started. 'Cause I want it to be over an hour, and I don't want to stop and then be like 20 minutes.
No, it will not be 20 minutes.
I know.
I think we're probably at least 45.
Didn't you
That's what
message?
we don't know.
I think you messaged me like right before.
Yeah. I will look real quickly.
Yeah.
Let's see. This was no. There it goes. Yeah, it was almost at it was almost like 50, 55 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So we're good.
Time gets away from us.
It often does that.
Yeah. It'd be like, we've been talking for like an hour, haven't we? 4 hours.
Yeah, no, that's happened so many times.
Yeah.
Look at this sweet. I'm really excited that I got her. Like, I know at first I was really like unsure and hesitant.
Yeah. There was a moment where you were like, we're gonna have to return her. We can't keep her.
Yeah. It was a hard period.
Yeah. But you stuck it out and it worked out.
Yeah. And I'm glad we did. Yeah. I feel like she's really like my mom says she's actually very attached to me. Like if I leave a room, she immediately goes and starts looking for where I went. Whenever my mom takes me to like get groceries or something like that, and she like we have a Sebi in the car, she'll wait in the car with the Sebi, and immediately as soon as I get out, a Sebi's like looking, like where did my Dama go? And like yeah, apparently like just like keeps looking around and like doesn't calm down for like a good 15 minutes. So
That's adorable.
yeah. Ayame is similar too though, so not as much anymore. Like sometimes she's like looking around for me and other times she's just like, whatever.
I'm over you. You've replaced me.
Yeah. I feel bad.
I know when you said you were getting a new one, I was like, no.
Yeah, I mean, like we weren't going to get rid of Ayame. That was never the plan. It still is not the plan. It was more just like I needed a service dog who's going to actually do what I needed to do. And Ayama's just burning out, which is common with service dogs after a while.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that. Like, they start burning out from doing their tasks and become a little less responsive.
And she's getting older, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still call her Puppy.
I remember now. We started at 8:10 my time.
I mean, obviously.
Because I was like, we need to start, or else we will not have enough time. Because I need to take her out around like 9:15.
And what time is it for you now?
9. We can wait another 15 minutes because I like talking with you, and I just, I miss you, and I wish you were here in person, but we'll get there eventually. And she's obviously like calm enough that we can wait. I could totally see how she got the nickname Demon from Chelsea, though. Like, she's mostly a black German Shepherd, with the exception of her paws. We need to get her some reflective stuff, though, to wear for nighttime walks.
Yeah.
Just have not gotten those yet. Like glow-in-the-dark collar or something like that.
Yeah, like something on her paws or something.
Just something I need to get, but had to pay for other things already.
Yeah, things add up.
Yep.
Especially when you live there. I remember that you spent your entire life in San Francisco where everything is overpriced. And you went to Colorado and you were like, look at the price of these things. Why are they so cheap? You show me a picture of like how cheap things were. I'm like, no, that's a normal price.
I was genuinely confused. I thought that it was like, I was like, why is it so cheap to get like a can of iced tea from a vending machine? I was like, 75 cents? What?
That's normal. How much is it?
Huh?
How much
How
is
much
it
is
there?
a year? Like, at least $1.75, if not like sometimes up to $3.
$3 for a vending machine?
Yeah.
I think the most I've ever seen, I think like $1.75 is the most I've ever seen for something, and it was like a big, like a big honey bun thing.
No, it's gone up to like, for like those bigger things, like those kind of things, those can go up to like $4 or $5. Vending machines are considered overpriced. Like, they're way more expensive from a vending machine than it is from the actual store.
Yeah, like what you're saying for like Colorado, the 75 cents, that's a normal price for a vending machine.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, it's so cheap for the item itself. Because like even at a supermarket, that same iced tea would have costed me like $1.50. Same one. So
I went to the store today. All right, so popcorn. I didn't buy popcorn. Oh, popcorn chicken. It's $1.20 normal. Let's do something normal. Hot dogs. I bought a thing of hot dogs. $1.34. Bought a thing of green tea Pocky, which I already have in the thing. I don't want to pull out. How much is Pocky there?
like I usually get it for like $1.25.
Oh, okay, bad example.
How much was it there?
I already lost my spot. I'll find it again. $1.66. So like bad example.
Yeah, and like $1.25 is still even more than I like. I should get it for like $1.
I get 2 of these at a time at Kroger. These are 79 cents each.
What?
Yep.
How much is a dozen eggs?
I don't know. I don't buy that.
Okay.
So loaf of wheat bread. How much is that there?
Depends on the brand.
Well, this is store brand.
Yeah, store brand would be like usually like a little over $2.
$1.25.
If it's on sale, then it'll be like, yeah, $2.
Okay, here's something a little pricey. How much is Purell hand sanitizer there? And for reference, this is the size. How much is this?
I don't know.
Well, we bought some when I was there. Well, we bought a little thing of it at Target.
Yeah, I remember that was overpriced.
Yeah, this $3.19.
I feel like that would be like $5.
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm not looking forward to.
Well, you'll also get a higher wage for, working.
What I should do when I pack up to move, pack as much little things like the Purell and bread as I can, and like hide it in like a suitcase, and ship it through FedEx or something.
Maybe not the bread.
No, maybe not the bread. But like things like the Purell and like whatever else. Oh, okay. Here's another thing that sometimes gets pricey here. This is the last thing. I think I scanned. When did I? How did I scan that? One of the later things I scanned. Okay. You don't buy candles, do you?
Buy what?
Candles.
I do not, but I've gotten some for like friends for like birthday.
Like,
A jar like that would be like if it was on sale or no.
this wasn't on sale.
Okay, so in that case, it would probably be like $6 or $7.
$3.39.
What?
I bought 2. I buy 2 candles at a time. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, it'd be easier if I just.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Like, what? I see them.
Yeah. So I buy 2 at a time because I keep them burning at all times, and it lasts a week. The 2 of them combined, and they're $3.39 each.
My brain hurts.
You've been living in an expensive world your whole life.
Yeah, that's why I'm like certain things. I'm like, oh, it's not that expensive, and you're like, what?
Yeah, you're like, I can't afford that.
Even some things where it's like I look at it, and I'm like, oh, that is a bit expensive. Like, you're like, that's super expensive. Like, it's like.
If you think it's expensive, it's very expensive.
Well, I mean, some things are, when it comes to like the Asian market, those things are actually very cheap. So when you talk about like snack wise, like those kind of things, or like even getting a bottle of shoyu, bottle of soy sauce,
Yeah, because I did buy Peeps earlier, and they were $1 each. About two. A pink one and a yellow one, and they were $1 each.
Peeps?
Peeps.
Oh, ew.
I know. I'm the only one that likes them. They keep them around because I buy them.
You are solely the person who keeps the business going. Except for those people who buy them just for like science experiments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just Peeps are just so sweet. I can't.
Yeah. I think it's literally just sugar that's been fused together and dyed.
I mean, actually, not completely far off for what a marshmallow is.
Pretty much.
And it's basically because a marshmallow is basically just gelatinous sugar.
And the Peep is basically that dyed.
No, it's a marshmallow that's been dipped in dyed sugar. So it's sugar on sugar.
So not the healthiest thing in the world to eat.
No. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different things that I'm like, okay, actually, if you were to have gotten this there, the chocolate Pocky, how much do you think this would have
So
cost?
good. Hang on. So I got it after all. You have the chocolate mint version, and I just have the.
And this one is a 2-pack.
Oh, this is a 1.
Yeah. And for this one, it was, I think it was a little more expensive. It was like $1.50.
This double. So.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, it's just weird to think about how like certain things are so cheap here that you can't really get there. Like,
Literally the same.
have you ever had a quail egg?
Have a what?
Quail egg.
No.
Have you ever seen a quail egg?
I grew up in the country in Texas.
So no. Okay.
No. Yes. There's quail everywhere. It's like the bird of choice out there.
So you've seen quail eggs, but you've never had one?
No, out in the wild, I just leave them alone.
See, I'm talking about like the ones that you buy at the store that you can eat.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, when you come, we will make a soup that has quail egg in it, and you will like it.
I've learned to trust your cooking. Things that, like, before, like when I first met you, you were telling me things that you were eating, and I'm like, ew. And now I'm like, yay, seaweed. You literally buy it now.
Yeah, I mean, before you couldn't really buy it that often in many places too, and then it became like one of those like healthy snack alternatives for white people, and I'm like,
And like, I'll buy like they have that. I buy the big sheets and I'll wrap my noodles in it, and but then I'll buy the little snack size strips and I'll hand them out to people at where I was working at the time, and they would all be like, "Ew, this is disgusting." And the ones that tried it, they hated it. They touch each other's tongue and go. I love it.
yeah, or like the amount of people who do not like tofu. I'm like, you know how you guys prepared it, right? That's why you don't like it. You white people don't know how to cook with those things.
I'd never had it before you gave it to me 2 years ago, and I actually really liked it because I'd always heard bad things about it, like it's awful, it's to this, to that, and then I actually tried it, and I'm like, why were they complaining about it? This is amazing.
Like, if they don't like it because of the texture, that's one thing. But even so, there's different textures for tofu because there's different firmness. There's silken, there's soft, there's like medium, there's medium firm, there's extra firm. There's silken ones are like you can use for like soup and stuff like that, specifically certain types of soups. And then more firm ones are like for like cooking and frying and stuff like that. So really, like there's different firmness. So like people who don't like it in one firmness might like it in a different one. But it has to be prepared in a way that actually tastes good because, you know, it's just like anything else. Like if anything, I feel like almost anything, if prepared well, actually tastes good. Like even things we think we wouldn't like. My only exceptions are onions and bell peppers because there's nothing you can do with those to make me like them.
There's actually there's one thing I actually tried before I met you that I really love. I don't know if I think I told you. It was squid.
Mm-hmm.
There was a place it was called Texas China when where I lived, and it closed down, but my family and I went there when I was little, and they had squid, and I was like, okay, I'll try it, and I loved it, but I was the only one that liked it. And I found great squid at Walmart one time, and I got it, and I liked it, and it was the same thing with the seaweed. As soon as they touched it to their tongue, they were like, I don't like this.
How was that one prepared, that squid?
Um,
Was it like calamari type?
I don't know.
Like was it fried?
It was
Or
like a
was
jerk.
it like, huh?
It was like a jerky.
Okay, so like the shredded one. No?
Hang on. Okay, it's unpaused.
Okay. So yeah, that was really a nice time to talk with you. But I unfortunately do have to get going. Need to walk a Sebi for the last time for the night. And yeah, plus I need to also take care of some other things before I go to sleep. And then we have church in the morning, though we're not going in person because you have to be invited right now. Yeah, it's basically for our churches being invited only because they're trying to maintain the minima or the maximum capacity because it's like maximum capacity of 25% right now is allowed inside the church. So just doing contact tracing and like a ton of other things. They're doing like evaluation, like, you know, so they can't have everyone going every single week. So.
There's like 6 people left at my church, so we don't have to do any of that. My church seats 100 people, so we can spread out pretty far.
I mean, now I'm just going to be sitting in the balcony for the most part because that makes the most sense with her to like train her. She's not ready to be in the sanctuary with everyone. So, but yeah, so I should probably get going and take her out. But it was lovely talking with you.
Always lovely talking with you.
All right, Eddie, here you go. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, let's go. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Ooh, shake it off. Yes, good girl. All right, we're gonna go.
All right.